Thursday, the 28th of August 2014. Here's the latest update from
Neil Keenan. I've neglected you, actually, in the midst of all the distractions, but I have not forgotten my focus. Don't think for a second that those issues are more important than our salvation. We have to get our things done in order to achieve it, and we will get our things done one way or another, despite all these distractions in the middle of the road, whether it be OPPT, OITC, or the other ones. Sometimes I think they almost sound alike now. You know, it's the same color seems to be coming at us, and for what damned reason? But nevertheless, let me bring you up to date on what is going on that I know, other than distractions. And these are major distractions, actually, if you really want to look at it. We've got to take care of it. And in Thailand, the king and Barry, Japan and China, all in the same month, met with Anwar, the son of the Shah, and they made a deal with Barry for 10,000 metric tons. Before the election in the U.S., this is before the election now, we're going back in time. King of Thailand stalled on opening the vault, and the U.S. threatened to nuke the base. So there we have it. You know, as we know from that point on to here, the King of Thailand's getting older, and he's been quite sickly, going back and forth to his summer home. This is a story I know. Now they say Germany can get their gold. They say the U.S. Navy will escort it to a new location, where the U.S. will get 7,000 metric tons, and Germany will get 30,000 metric tons. Well, you know, when we say U.S., we're not talking about us now. We're talking about the Zionists. So it's not like we can go yay, rah, rah, like we used to. When they get 7,000 metric tons, it's a danger to us now. You know, they're not our people, and we need to get them out. We will get them out, okay? By the way, that was only a skirmish yesterday. I'm only warming up for the big thing. Okay? With the queen of Thailand's unannounced death, she died recently. The king went into shock a little bit, or so he says. The U.S. ships have once again blocked the Gulf of Thailand, threatening the kingdom of Thailand. The new Thai leadership is trying desperately to straighten out the mess that has been created in the past. In the past decades, such as the drug peddling, the agency's drug peddling with the old generals and so on. That's got to stop. They're trying to stop that. The oldest son, unknown to you, to most of us, even to me, I don't know his name, is a good man. He's the one that's leading the show right now, and the king has ceded him to all transactions to him, actually, much to the chagrin of the rest of the family. Well, I can understand that too. So can you. You give it to your number one son and everybody else has nothing. You create dissension too. That's probably going to take place next. There are vast family assets from Marcos and others as well. When I say family, we're talking again the Dragon family. Okay, when I say family gold and family this, it's usually the Dragon family. And the Dragon family in China must pay attention also to Thailand right now, because the Shah doesn't care what he does and with who, and he owns some of the gold personally, and he's been selling it and taking care of and financing the cabal for a period of time now. Just so you know, that's where a lot of the financing is coming from, which no one would ever have been able to figure. I have no idea. Just my connections come from different places. They give me pieces of information and I put it together. But my main deal, again, now that Nailu's back more than ever, is the global accounts and the case. And the case isn't really a major issue because I can just go pick up the money whenever I want and walk away. But I can't do the global accounts, and I won't be able to help you. So let's get this straight and let's go to war. In the meanwhile, let me figure out what else. As of yesterday, the cabal was ready to get the 37,000 metric tons of AU, and possibly more, in their hands. More if they attacked the base. And they're talking about attacking the base. So again, I need the Dragon family, I need China to step up. We need to step up. We can't allow them to get the assets in their hand. The Germans want the 30,000 because it gives them a stronger position in BRICS. much stronger position going into BRICS, actually. You know, the Thai feeling is that also that Barry, when I say Barry, you know who he is. He's Barry, he's Barack, whatever his other name was, of when he was born in Kenya. We don't know that one. They feel he'll steal the entire 37,000 metric tons. You know, and that's something we don't want. That's worse than them getting 7, of course. The family, I believe, and I'm addressing this to the family now on this post. I think you should make plans to visit and speak with the oldest son. That's coming directly from the Thai family. That someone should get over there and speak to him before all kinds of things start happening that shouldn't happen. I think you should too, if you can. If they don't want to speak to representatives, they want to speak to you. The son in charge you need to speak to, and well, it just goes on and on. You know, the Thai court, the Thai government just won a case against the U.S. corporation in Switzerland. That's when the U.S. corporation stole 6,600 metric tons. They beat the U.S. corporation there, and now they're back in court for damages at this point in time. Sacks of diamonds, and all kinds of gems were also included in this. So it's like I said, the bears. You know, the diamond price is high because the bears is hoarding everything in a vault. If they let it out, the price goes down. The same with the gold and everything else. You know, it's rare, it's expensive. If it's not so rare, it's not so expensive. It's like nickels and dimes. So, by the way, all happened with international agreements when the 6,600 metric tons was stolen by the U.S. corporation. Yes, the day after the agreement was signed between all concerned parties, that's when the Black Ops arrived in Thailand. Imagine that. Here we go. We signed a piece of paper. We say, we got a deal. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's celebrating. Everybody's having a party. And all of a sudden the Black Ops show up. One hell of a deal you have. But then again, you're not alone. Most of the world has dealt with this at one point in time or another. Now, you know, it's not...